Today, we are diving deep into an investment pitch that is, well, it's about as high stakes as it gets. The goal here isn't just to make money. The goal is to use AI to solve a problem that has haunted the most powerful families in history: how to make wealth and the genius that created it last forever. Let's deconstruct this thing. Okay, so here's our game plan. We're going to start with this curse that apparently keeps billionaires up at night. Then we'll meet the ghost they're trying to put in the machine. After that, we'll try to decode the AI's secret sauce, look at their massive plan to engineer immortality, and wrap it all up with the billion-dollar question. All right, first things first, the problem. And it's a big one. It's a fear that no amount of money can actually fix. It's the silent anxiety that pretty much every founder, every empire builder has to face eventually. The entire pitch really hinges on this one question. For people who have already won the money game, the next challenge is totally different. It's not about making more, it's about not losing it. How do you make sure the magic that built the fortune doesn't just disappear? And this number, this is why this pitch even exists. 90%. That's not just a risk factor. According to them, it's practically a certainty. And it is terrifyingly high. It's known as the three-generation curse. And the way they pitch it, this isn't just bad luck. It's a statistical inevitability. I mean, think about the Vanderbilts, one of the richest families in history. Gone. This is the ancient problem they are claiming to have finally solved with technology. So what's the fatal flaw? Where does it all go wrong? Well, according to this pitch, the problem isn't the market. It's us. It's human nature. It's emotion. It's getting tired. It's making mistakes. You can pass down the money, but you can't pass down the founder's gut instinct or their insane discipline. The cash is there, but the magic that made it, it's gone. So, if humans are the problem, what's the solution? The pitch has a simple, if radical, answer. You take the human out of the equation. But to do that, you first need to define perfection. You need a benchmark. And this is where a legend enters the story: Jim Simons. A code breaker, a world-class mathematician, and the guy behind what is probably the most successful and secretive hedge fund on Earth, Renaissance Technologies. He is the benchmark. He's the man who solved the market. Just let that number sink in for a minute. 66%. That's his average annual return. Not for one good year. We're talking for over 30 years straight. It's so far beyond what anyone else has ever done, it honestly sounds made up. And if you thought that was unbelievable, get this. The number of days his main fund supposedly lost money across 3 decades? 0. A big fat 0. Now that is inhuman consistency, the kind of thing a machine, an AI, would be perfectly built to do. So how in the world did he pull it off? It wasn't about hitting massive home runs. No, the secret was actually the exact opposite. It was a purely scientific process. Thousands upon thousands of tiny, high-probability trades, just grinding out small gains compounded over and over and over again, relentlessly. And right here, this is the absolute core of their pitch. See, they're not just selling you a fancy trading bot. They're selling you the perfect heir. An heir that has all of the founder's genius, with none of our human baggage. It doesn't get emotional, it never gets tired, and it operates with pure mathematical precision. Okay, so that's the dream. But how do you actually build a digital Jim Simons? Well, they claim they have the blueprint, and it all starts with a direct intellectual line to the very people who helped him build his empire in the first place. This is their big claim to legitimacy. They trace their entire methodology back to these 2 IBM speech scientists, Peter Brown and Robert Mercer. These are the guys who originally helped Jim Simons. And the core idea is fascinating. They realize that the same algorithms that can find patterns in speech, turning tones into language, could also be used to find patterns in market noise, turning that chaos into profitable signals. This is such a brilliant way to explain it. You know how Geoffrey Hinton's work led to things like ChatGPT, which works by predicting the next word in a sentence? Well, they're saying their fractal AI is built on those very same principles. But instead of predicting the next word, it's designed to predict the next market move. It's the same core idea, just applied to a much, much more profitable problem. And here it is, the secret sauce. They call it the 666 pattern. They claim their AI has identified a specific proprietary signature in the market data, a very particular sequence of buys and sells over an 8-hour window that acts as a signal, a tell, that a big move is about to happen. A very bold claim. Okay, so they claim to have the tech, but how do you turn that into a real business? This is where the pitch goes from just being ambitious to, well, kind of astronomical. Yeah, they are not thinking small. The vision here isn't to sell one piece of software. It's to build a global network of 1,000 AI-powered family offices, 1,000 digital dynasties, all built on their code, all designed to last forever. And the market they're going after is just staggering. $6 trillion. That's the total amount managed by family offices globally. And every single one of those dollars, according to this pitch, is vulnerable to that same human problem that they believe they have solved. This slide just nails their entire message. They want to completely reframe how we think about legacy. It's no longer something you hope for, something you leave to the chances of genetics. It becomes an engineering problem that you can solve with precision. So what is the price for this kind of digital immortality? Let's get down to brass tacks, the numbers, and the one big question this whole pitch leaves you with. Here's the ask. It's very straightforward. They're looking for $5 million in exchange for 20% of the company. That gives them a pre-money valuation of $20 million. Now, to justify that valuation, they're pointing to some serious social proof. They've got backing from a top-tier Singapore VC, Vertex Ventures, and a major Asian family office. Plus, they claimed their first AI product for banks, clients like HSBC and UBS, pulled in $500,000 in revenue in just 3 months with zero marketing spend. That's pretty compelling. And so it all comes down to this one question. Is legacy something you just have to leave to chance? Or are we now at a point where it's something you can actually engineer? Could AI really be the key to making not just fortunes, but the genius that built them live forever? That right there is the billion-dollar question.